First, maybe I start with my background. I actually finished my bachelor studies of physics here in Slovenia in the University of Ljubljana. And after that, I decided to go for a master in Spain. I went to the Institute for Interdisciplinary Physics of Complex Systems that's located in Mallorca, where I was basically faced with complex systems, and it was kind of a nice introduction to the work that I'm doing now in my PhD. So currently on this project Cosmos, since it's a joint doctorate, I have two universities which I'm associated with. My primary institution is University Potsdam, that's in Germany, and the other one is University of Amsterdam, the Free University of Amsterdam, obviously in Amsterdam. Well, maybe just some general words about the project Cosmos. So it stands for Complex Oscillatory Systems, Networks, and Modeling and Analysis. That means that we're dealing with oscillators, basically rhythms that come out in many fields. For instance, one can imagine that there are many biological rhythms that might be interesting for us, but there are also rhythms in electronics, rhythms in optics and other fields. So we're really dealing in general how to understand these systems and to model them and see what kind of behavior they can have. About my project, which is entitled, it has a scary title, but it's entitled Inferring the Structure of Pulse-Coupled Oscillatory Networks from Spike Trains. But don't let the title scare you. It's basically, if we break it down, so we're talking about oscillators, which we can imagine any kind of rhythm, and inferring the structure means to understand what the structure of the system is. I'm basically looking at many units that have oscillatory behavior, and I'm trying to get the interaction between them. Now that can be applied to any kind of system that can be represented well as a network, and where the units have some sort of dynamics that is oscillatory. If I try to be slightly plainer, suppose we take a simple system where we have just two units that interact. Any two units that may have oscillatory regimes, we may want to understand the system. Perhaps, so to bring it maybe even to a more firm example, many rhythms that are interesting for us are of course biological, because there are many rhythms in our bodies that we would like to understand quite well. In particular, one very simple example is our heart. Everybody has one, and it's quite clearly an oscillator, I would say. And in order to understand these systems, we're not always given power to dismantle them and look at them how they work from below, but instead we have to just observe them without perturbing them too much, without disrupting them, and that's where we come. We basically want to develop methods how with passive observations of oscillators we can infer the connectivity between them. I'm very much happy to have this opportunity to be part of this great project. I think so we're under great supervision. Both of our institutions provide at least one supervisor, and I think these PIs, the principal investigators that give us guidance, are very good. We can really benefit from their knowledge. Career-wise, definitely I think it was good because it introduced me to the people who work in this field. So apart from great guidance, I also got connections of the people who are dealing with similar things that I'm interested in.